everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new. In today's video we're going to be carrying on with our colour along in Rita Berman's free PDF. So I'll go ahead and zoom you in and we'll get started. So the first colour I'm going to go in with is Bengal Rose Light 083, and I'm going to make a start on these flowers. So what I want to do is go ahead and do a base coat on these. So I'm just going to use light pressure and add some of this colour in, and then we can add in some extra colour after. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same for all of these big pink flowers. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Bengal Rose Deep, and I'm going to go ahead and add some darkness to these flowers. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the rain. It's really raining in the UK today and it's quite heavy. So I'm just going to use normal pressure here around the centre of the flower, and then as I come towards the edge I'm going to start to lift the pressure so that we get a nicer blend. Just decided that it's going to really rain heavily today whilst I'm filming, so it's always nice, isn't it? So I'll do the same for this one. So darken up right in the center and then lift the pressure as you come out of the flower. And I'm going to go ahead and do this for all of these flowers. Then going back in with Bengal Rose Light, I'm going to go ahead and blend this edge piece together. So I'll just use normal pressure now and go ahead and fill in right up to the edges and go over the blend line so that it all blends nicely. So I'll do this for all of these little flowers. And I'm going to use Bengal Rose Deep to go ahead and fill in the middle section of the flower as well, just so that that matches the shadow that we did. So just use normal pressure, go ahead and fill that in. I'm just taking it slightly over the middle as well, just to really darken up that middle section. Next, taking Juniper Pink 031, I'm going to make a start on these love hearts because I want these to be pink, but I want them to be like a darker pink than the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and just use normal pressure and fill these in. Okay, next going in with Emerald Green, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little leaf details that we've got in the background. So this is quite a nice bright green, so I thought we'd use this for these little leaves. So I'm just using normal pressure, just filling these in because they're so small. Okay, and I'm going to come back to the rest of the background after. I'm going to go back in with Bengal Rose Light, which was our lightest colour for the big flowers. And I'm going to go ahead and do a base coat on this flower here because I feel like this should match the bigger flowers that we've got in the background. So I'm just going to use light pressure and do a base coat on this flower. Then taking Bengal Rose Deep, we're going to add some shadow to this. So I'm going to start by darkening up these little flowers right in the center. So I'll just use normal pressure for that. And then I'm going to add some darkness to these flowers as well. So I'm going to use more pressure down here and then lift the pressure as you come up the petal. I'm going to do the same for these two. Then going back in with Bengal Rose Light, we're going to go ahead and fill this in properly and blend everything together nicely. And I'm going to use this to fill in her little cheeks as well so that they're nice and pink. So I'm just going to use normal pressure, fill them in, and her little nose. And I'm going to add some of this into this inside part of her ear as well. So I'll go ahead and fill them in. So she's got nice little pink ears. Next, taking Golden Yellow 003, I'm going to make a start on the cat. So I thought we'd do her like a goldeny yellow colour. So I'm going to use this as our base colour and go ahead and do a base coat all over the cat. So just use light pressure here, go ahead and fill her in. I'm going to avoid the little stripe details because we can do them a different colour. Next, taking Cadmium Yellow Deep, which is a little bit of a darker colour, we're going to add some shade. So the first place I'm going to shade is here underneath the collar. So I'll just do normal pressure there and then lift the pressure as you come down. And then we'll do the same on this side, add a bit of a shadow in from the collar. And this arm here would be pushed a bit further back. So I'm going to go ahead and darken up all along this edge here, so around the face and the collar. And then again, I'm just going to start to lift the pressure as you come away. And we'll add a little bit of shade under her little paw. Okay, then down here we'd have a bit of a shadow from her leg, so we'll add that in. And around the foot, and I'm going to darken up along the bottom edge as well and up and around that foot. And then again, I'm just going to lift the pressure here to blend this out. Go ahead and fill in under here completely because that would be in shade from the little hand. And then we'll add a bit of shadow here from this hand too. Go ahead and blend that out. And then we'll add a bit of shade from the flower. And again, blend that out. I'm going to go ahead and add some to the bottom of her feet. And then lift the pressure again. And we'll do the same for this side. So more pressure down here. And then lift the pressure in the middle. We'll add a bit of a shadow to her hand as well. And again, lift the pressure as you come away. Okay, I think that's enough for the body. So now we'll move on to the face. So I'm going to add a bit of a shadow here on this side where the little hand is and down this edge. And then again, I'll just lift the pressure to bring that in. We'll do the same over here, add a bit of shadow along here, and then lift the pressure. And we'll give her some shadow around her eyes. And a little bit underneath her ears where they join. And then again, just lift the pressure. Okay, so now going back in with golden yellow, 003, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of her, make sure that she's blended nicely. So I'll just use a bit more pressure this time, and I'm still going to avoid these little stripes. So next, taking golden yellow deep, I'm going to go ahead and fill in her little stripe so that they should be a little bit of a different yellow colour. So just use normal pressure and go ahead and fill these in. Then going back in with emerald green, I want to include some green in her collar so that it matches these little leaves that we've done. So what I'm going to do is use normal pressure here at the edge and go ahead and darken that up. And then I'm going to lift the pressure as it comes towards the flower so that we've got the lighter bit down here. So I'll do the same here, so lighter pressure and then darken up the edge. Then going in with our white pencil, I'm going to go over where we left the lighter pressure and just blend that in and make it a little bit lighter. Okay, so next going in with Opera Rose 081, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these littler flowers. So I'm just going to use normal pressure this time and just fill them in. Then taking golden yellow deep, I'm going to fill in the centers of the flowers. Okay, next going in with Lavender Light, I'm going to make a start on the background. So what I want to do is just do light pressure with this colour and place it in the background and see how it looks with all the other pinks to make sure it's not too close of a colour. So if we do light pressure first, and I might actually just leave it with the lighter pressure because that's quite a nice colour compared to the others. So I'll go ahead and fill in the background, just using light pressure with this one. Just to give it a little hint of colour. So next, going in with our Posca pen, we're going to go ahead and add in some extra details. So on these big flowers where we've got these dots that Rita's drawn in, I'm just going to add the white Posca pen over them so that you can't see the black dot anymore. And I'll do that for all of these little flowers. I'm going to go over this swirl. And for this big flower, we're going to add some highlights on the edges. So I'll just go over where Rita's added the black lines and just hide them. Make it into more of a highlight. We'll do little ones on the cheeks. And then we'll just do little ones in the ears as well. Okay, and after the Posca's dried, I'm going to go in with Purple Lake Deep 038, which is quite a dark purple colour. And I'm just going to see if I can go over the Posca, see if the colour will take or whether it'll just take it off. It is tinting it a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just use light pressure and put some purple on top of this Posca so it's not white. And I'll do the same for all of these. So I'm only using light pressure because if you put too much pressure on, it could just take the Posca off, just scratch the Posca off the paper. I just didn't want to leave them bright white. So I thought this might look quite nice. Okay, you guys, and that's how this little picture turned out. So I hope you enjoyed this colour along. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.